until it says we're live. BisTheFairy is now hosting you.
No, I'm not. I unhosted. Now I'm re-hosting.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream.
Yo, what the fuck is up? What the fuck was that? For a second, I almost did a thing. It wasn't a good thing. I stopped. Oh, God.
Now we're waiting. Well, Steam has to update itself, apparently, which I didn't realize, or otherwise I would have started that sooner. I thought Steam was already running.
So I need to ask you a question.
What?
So, honey, we're like a few levels in here. How did you feel about Fuck the Electric Truck?
What? Oh, hello, Arrow. Welcome.
Oh, shit! Hey, honey, how you doing? We're playing some more.
I have to log into Steam. Which means I can't look at the chat for a second.
So
if there's any... More. So, luckily I have you here, Bis, so you can read any chat messages if they come in while I'm off. Because any of the ones that come in will just be gone, because they won't load in when I reload the thing.
Oh shit, hi Shan, how you doing?
Hey, everyone's here.
How's life?
Well, not everyone, but you know.
Two of everyone are here.
Yeah.
It's
pretty far from everyone, but...
Could you imagine? Smash Bros. Ultimate 2. Everybody is here.
There's two characters.
Mario and Pit.
Mario and Luigi. It would make it extra boring.
No, but you gotta understand they have Echo Fighters, Dr. Mario, and Grey Luigi.
It's just Samus and Dark Samus. Those are the only two characters in the game.
Could you imagine if the
It's just the two ice climbers, and they've been separated into two separate characters this time.
You know what, though? That means that each one of them has half a moveset, right? If you make it Sonic, and then a Sonic Echo Fighter, then you've only got 0.1% of a moveset combined.
Bis loves to throw shade on Sonic's moveset in Super Smash Bros. Whenever they can.
Arrow, I don't know if you're implying you want to see porn of that or not.
Wait, what did Arrow say?
I want to see Smash, Daisy/Peach. And I'm like, that'd be a fun game. I've actually considered making a game before, which is just Princess Peach. Well, it's just Princess Peach's side B as an entire platformer. So I think that'd be fun. Because you could bounce off of enemies and stuff to, like,
Hyper Wrath Fleet is where we're at.
I had a feeling that probably wasn't what you intended, but the implication was too good to not pass up. Oh, I'm sorry, Shan. Is bed cozy? Oh wait, are you in bed gonna sleep, or have you not got out of bed yet? What kind of bed situation are you in?
What kind of bed situation?
It's really cold tonight.
Is my voice a little loud, by the way? If it is, I can turn it down. Well, I mean, well, not to you, Bis. You're getting my audio on a separate thing, but... Oops.
I can't tell if it's loud.
Well, that's a great way to start the game. What the heck happened? I ran out of ground. Oh, I remember these spaceships.
Honey. Okay, let's see.
Oh, there we go.
Have you tried jumping?
No, yeah, that's what I did. It turns out you have to not jump.
Oh, were you
just do nothing.
You got to the ramp?
I was jumping and trying to land on that platform, and then realized I'm not supposed to be on that platform. I'm just supposed to go flying off over it. Oh!
Oh, this looks like a fun level!
Get ready for falling off. I noticed...
Go on.
I was gonna say, I noticed my audio level peaking, so I'm not sure if it's too loud or not.
I just realized this is basically just an edgy version of Starlight Carnival from Sonic Colors. You've got a load of like ships in space, you've got the pathways which appear in front of you. You're here to have a rollicking good time.
I'm
Yeah, this game looks so
scrungled
fucking
by so
fun,
much.
and I wish I could play it, but I can't because my PC's shit.
Get,
and this game's
get ready
not
for a lot of
like
me
that at all.
slipping and falling off of these, whatever you call them, platforms, roads. Get ready for me to slip off of them and hopefully save myself from falling to my doom afterwards. But no guarantees. I don't...
Wait, 1 second. What does genfic? What does genfic mean?
Okay, I'm gonna turn down my volume just slightly because it seems just a little tad too loud. I'm peaking sometimes.
Is that short? Like,
Let's just go down about there. That should be good.
I'm gonna be honest, they do kind of deserve to cry.
I fiddled around with my audio settings a lot before the stream, but there's always something that I miss until I'm actually streaming.
This is why I never change anything ever.
Well, I made a big change in that I got a brand new headset that I have to set up, so... I don't know how to get over there. He doesn't go fast enough.
Wait. There's an actual term for fanfiction which just is not shipping. So much of it is shipping or romance that you need a term for non-shipping or romance.
Oh.
That's fucking wild. Oh my god!
There's a term for terms like that, where it's like, it used to just be the one thing, and then now we have to differentiate the original version of it because there's a new version that has become more common.
Yeah.
Like calling a CRT a CRT, or like a tube TV, and then just like a flat screen is just a TV.
This game makes me want to scream, in a good way. I fucking need to play it. Wait, can you buy me an entirely new PC?
Right after I buy one for myself. Well, I'll just send you this one when I buy a new one eventually.
Wait, is that a serious suggestion? I was joking. I don't know. I think shipping brothers over to here might be almost impossible. Because didn't America default out of an international postage agreement, so now it costs a fortune to get anywhere? Oh no!
It'll probably be less
Faye.
expensive than buying the whole new computer.
Oh no, Elfie Faye, you gotta understand. This is the holy grail of Sonic fan games, which is to say, it's an actual game somebody fucking finished. It's also not Sonic. It's part of a new franchise that has like some.
Which is a good idea, because then you can make it your own thing, and Sega won't come bust your butt about it ever.
Yeah. So basically, this is Spark the Electric Jester 2. The first one was like a 2D game. People tend to describe as Kirby meets Sonic. I'd like to add Metal Gear Rising in there. Kirby, Sonic, Metal Gear Rising combo. This is the sequel, which is 3D and considerably less curvy.
You can go to my YouTube channel and watch our whole playthrough of the first game.
You can also go to Steam and buy it. With money.
Well, I mean, maybe you want to check out the playthrough first to see if you want
it. Wait, what? No! You watch the playthrough after you've watched the game, otherwise it spoils you.
Well, I mean, you don't have to watch the whole thing. Maybe watch a little bit of it and see if you like the look of it.
Oh, okay, so this actually is built off of Hedge Physics, which is the Sonic fan game engine, which the dev of this game helped create.
Wasn't the first one also on a Sonic fan game engine?
Okay, so yeah, the first one was in Sonic Worlds, or at least a revision of Sonic Worlds made by the author. And then the author helped work on this, the engine this is in, which is Hedge Physics.
I constantly feel like I'm about to fall off the edge of these things.
Yeah, it's pretty dangerous and fun.
It's like Rainbow Road.
Jump on the game's like, hey, you need a very precise control stick to play.
Yeah, oh, come on. I mean, I thought I was going to go between those, but the hitbox is even the transparent parts, apparently.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The person who made this is a really good dev, and I like all their work. They're a very grumpy person, though. I was
going to say, a little bit obnoxious as a person.
Okay, you know what? Actually, Shan's got a good point. Yeah, sometimes streams convince me to get things. Or, like, YouTube reviews. Or not YouTube reviews,
because, like, as you probably all know by now, I watch a lot of Vinesauce, and watching those videos, I often decide to get games I wouldn't have otherwise, because I watched him play it.
apparently you're in the minority on that. I was reading a thread yesterday by some devs were talking about the fact that like most of Vinesource's viewers aren't really into games; they're just into silly man make funny joke. So like, most of the time, nobody gets any bump from that. You know, apparently. Apparently, it doesn't help that like Vinny tends to like, with a lot of games, like obviously he's a joke man, right? So he kind of turns anything he's playing into a joke. Which if you have a game that's like serious, and that's the point of it.
Yeah, he's talked about that before. He's like, because people were getting upset at him when he was playing Silent Hill 2 for not being like very reverential about it or whatever, or not taking it fully seriously, like joking around with it like he does with any game. And he's like, if you want to see somebody play this game seriously, then you probably shouldn't be watching me play it. Basically, like he just says, that's just kind of how I do things. So
yeah, he's kind of like in the Markiplier PewDiePie area, sort of less like that, like less. Aimed at just random kicks, but still in that area, whereas most
people also complain that he just like he doesn't like just talk about the game the whole time, and he just like he'll just talk about random stuff while he plays games. That's kind of, like for me, that's one of the main reasons I'd watch him is because like I'm just interested to hear stuff he talks about too, I guess. There's many reasons why he's the one streamer I watch.
It is interesting how video games as background fodder for what's effectively a podcast is like a thing now.
I mean, we kind of do that here.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we're literally doing that right now!
Yeah. It's very meta. What we're doing right now.
Meta. Meta makes me want to vomit. I used to love meta as a kid, and then you get to a point where you're like, oh yeah, I've grown up into a world where everything is meta. I'm sick of it now.
Everything is Meta Knight.
Excuse me?
What?
Excuse me?
Ooh, I managed to do that. Interesting platforming. I'm still excited for him to play my game, though, if he does, just because that would be exciting just for me personally, so...
Yeah, it'd be a crumb Drew.
Well,
I don't know why I said that. Right. I'm in a weird mood tonight. I've had like a weird day. TBH.
Yeah, what was... So, back on the original point of that, which was that I play some games that I watch him play that I wouldn't have done otherwise. What are some of those? I think Hat in Time. I watched him play the entirety of a Hat in Time, and then it made me want to play it, and I really enjoyed that game. I watched him play Subnautica, and then I played that and really enjoyed it.
I'm about to say the same thing I say every time you bring up a Hat in Time.
That you hate it?
Just, oh no, it's like...
Well, you hate how it looks.
Okay, no, okay, no, I should clarify. That includes how it looks, that it feels like it would control, like. Everything about that game just feels like slightly...
That was an interesting part there.
Slightly weird to me, in ways that are like hard to surmise. Like, I don't know.
The further I get into this, the more I sort of get used to how it works, but oh, it's this again, this big laser thing, but in 3D now.
This game is just basically like effectively a remake of the first one. Oh, you're getting scrimbused. You're getting fucking Strongalowheimed. Yo, you're not going to block it several times in a row, so you might want to...
Yeah, I did.
Oh, fuck! What?!
That's literally what I just did, as you're saying that I can't do that. If only there was sides. This is the only thing this is missing is sidestepping. Sidestepping is useful in sections like that, and it feels a little better.
I disagree. I think it's more...
Because then I just end up running into walls.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I would... Okay, so at that point...
Because in any... Like, either way, it's just about quick, like, reflexes.
No...
And, it feels better if you just, like, don't run into anything.
That's not how it is. No, that's wrong. That's literally wrong. If you have a sidestepping section, like in a Sonic game, then literally, it's literally just reflexes. It's about just pressing the button. If you have to actively move yourself on your own, then it's like a more like nuanced movement thing to do, because you have to reorient yourself. Kind of like you want to turn as little as possible, so you keep a forward vector as much as you can.
But anyway, what I wanted to say is that I'm getting more used to how the game works the longer I go through it. And I do think I'm feeling like Sonic games would benefit a bit from working like this. Like all the different, all the loops and curves and everything that it has, just like the first game did, where I thought those felt better than in 2D Sonic games. This also sort of feels better than they do in 3D Sonic games. So,
well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, this game came out of the fan game scene, and the fan game scene has spent like the last part.
I'm not mocking you. I'm just quoting you.
Don't quote me ever. Unless it's in a tweet. But anyway, so I don't know, the fan game scene has spent fucking like several decades just thinking about how things can be done better. So it's like obvious it's gonna be like kind of, you know.
Well, what has Sega been thinking about in all that time then?
Well, the thing is, they have to like. The problem is their
I just saw Shan said the new audio quality sounds great. Thank you.
Oh. I'm glad. I'm very bad at noticing like audio stuff, so I'm glad.
I sound as nice as Bis does now, finally.
Oh, and I spent less on my microphone as well, so I get to feel smug. Although again, mine's not a headset.
Yeah, most of the price was the headphone part of it, which is very, very high quality, by the way. This is the most clear audio I've ever had. So yeah, I'm very pleased with this purchase.
The second I found out she'd got those, I gave her like an out of nowhere ASMR session. A really bad one, but still.
As soon as you knew I had really clear audio.
Oh, no, that's the name. You see, in the first game you play as Spark, but in this game you play as a robot who looks like Spark, whose name is a portmanteau of fake Spark.
Spark called him Fark. All those flat EJs reminded me strongly of Pokemon Sword and Shield with the stadiums. I mean, neither of these games are the only games to do that, but they're the only like high-resolution games I know of that do that so clearly. And these like high-res images.
Fucking dead.
You're Freom's son.
Yeah, you know what? Fucking invalid.
I can see it in your face, your robot face that does not emote. You don't see it in my face, I'm sorry, this is the only face I can make.
Invalid username was entirely fucking right. They just fucking, like, the rewrite of the first game made to allow this to be canon was, like, the biggest fucking travesty ever. This game's story
the little change they made to the first game where it's like, this is just like an alternate dimension. Like, here's something that could have happened, but didn't actually.
Well, I wish it had, because basically this story is just a worse retread with, like, nonsense Star Wars references and stuff. Okay, you know what? Elfie Faye? The first game was kind of edgy as well, but like
what's Cerebus syndrome? I've never heard that term.
That's like, it comes from this one webcomic which started really silly and then got incredibly serious.
Oh, there's another term for that I've heard before, but I don't remember what that was either. It was just, or it was named after another comic. I remember reading it because, no, it's because Bone did that.
Boning.
Where it started out. No, that wasn't what it was named after, but Bone started out kind of cutesy and cartoony and then got more serious as it went along.
Kirbying.
Kirbying. Well, Kirby only does that at like the very end of the game. Briefly.
That's fair. It's a game-by-game basis.
And like Kirby doesn't get involved in the seriousness of it. He's still just sort of a pink, naive little puffball who doesn't seem to understand that he's fighting some sort of elder god.
Yeah, I was gonna say the story of the first game itself is like decently serious. It's just better written as well. Mostly because I think it was less ambitious and didn't want to do as much weird nonsense. This feels Moffatian, kind of.
Kirby doesn't. Kirby doesn't have the awareness of what's going on, like characters and like Bone or the things. Like he doesn't have to learn to grapple with harsh realities of life because he's just a little happy little pink fluff ball who just goes about his business.
If I ever have to hear Kirby being described as a insert letter here UFF ball ever again,
Puffball, fluffball.
No!
Buffball.
I don't like. I can't. Had enough ball. I can't be doing with this.
Balloon ball.
That doesn't no. There isn't
A rubber ball.
Okay, you're not. Okay, no, I'm just not gonna. I'm not gonna fight you on this because I know you're enjoying this too much.
You're just gonna stop feeding me.
That's what I like to imagine Arrow, to be honest. Like a lot of people tend to imagine.
There's
Kirby
a charge
as,
move in this game, but I haven't had any reason to use it.
That's fair. But yeah, a lot of people like to imagine Kirby as
I'm
like
noticing.
super innocent, naive baby who's contrasting everything. I like to view Kirby as just kind of like, I don't know, like people either default
I was gonna
to
say,
Kirby
but he doesn't care.
I don't know if I don't think not care. It's like people either default to Kirby as like some kind of horrible monster, or they default to Kirby as baby. I like to think Kirby is just kind of reasonable. Just middle ground. Kirby doesn't have...
Being baby is a full-time job, and I'm committed. I think of that meme.
Oh shit, I can't... Oh my god. You know what? Maybe there is some fucking Cerberus syndrome here. Although it is interesting how we got like a robot who looks like a Formie. There was never any of those in the first game. Never any convincing androids.
Well, G-Fark he just murders people.
Yeah,
Fark is just ruining lives. Are we the bad guys?
This game does actually. You know what? I think actually.
Whoa, this is an interesting looking stage.
I think I take back what I said earlier. This game is slowly becoming like darker than the first one, so it probably is a bit of Cerberus syndrome.
This makes me think of Hot Wheels for some reason. I think there's like a Hot Wheels thing that looks like this.
Yeah, this looks like something that would have a Hot Wheels.
I know what it's making me think of. It's making me think of Speed Racer, because there's one guy who has like this color scheme. Also making me think of Iron Man.
Iron Man is banned. You're not allowed to even reference the existence of Iron Man.
What about the song?
You're not allowed to reference that either. Iron Man is fucking banned from this stream.
In any and all forms.
Yeah. Or at least while I'm here.
Just like uh-oh stinky. We always reference that when you're not here. And I make a big show about, oh, Biss is not here. We can do the uh-oh stinky.
Biss is asleep post stinky.
Basically. Except for Ash. Ash does that, and then he specifically goes out of his way to like show you afterwards that he was doing the uh-oh stinky while you weren't there. To make sure you don't miss out. Ash is less respectful like that. Oh no!
Ash is Ash,
I can't stay. I can't get anywhere here. I keep falling. I can't stay on the track.
Ash's personality is auto stinky in the most endearing way.
He is.
The only auto stinky I will tolerate is Ash's entire persona.
I gotta get him on the stream again sometime. I gotta figure out something else we could play together.
Oh, to answer Shan's question, I don't know. Okay, well I know that like this. Okay, so I know that Spark wanted to be like an electrical engineer, but all the robots had taken that job title by the time he like got his degree from college.
So he became a circus jester.
Yeah, and then he got replaced by a robot jester immediately. That's like the sad tragedy of his life. Is he keeps becoming unemployable.
I mean, even in his own game series, he's not here anymore.
Well, I mean, to be fair, he's like rich now, so
he's been replaced by Fark.
Oh god.
I guess he's done doing adventures now. He's just gonna kick back and relax.
It really is fucked up social commentary.
Okay, I'm leaving. Whoa! You know something I've been thinking about, Bis, is I'm still... I'm trying to come up with a name for my next game.
I have a question. Why would you post cutes when I'm gone? I like cutes.
Yeah, Bis is a big fan of those.
Okay, no. Okay, no. No, Spark isn't the bad guy. But I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I'm kind of confused at the minute because I've got like a vague memory of the first game, and also this one I haven't been able to watch the story properly because I'm like streaming it. And when I stream things, I mute the stream because I don't want to have to listen to my own voice.
Well, I mean, there's no voice acting.
Well, I mean,
it's all just reading.
Yeah, but if there's no sound, I don't feel immersed. And if I'm not immersed, I don't read the subtitles.
Oh.
What kind of voice do you think Fark would have?
I am a robot.
You know what? Actually, that really works, especially for the dialogue of the first game. What about Spark then? What about Spark?
He'd probably sound a little bit like Sonic, I imagine.
I don't know if I agree with that. Like Sonic, like
just a little bit.
I like to think that like Spark would have like the most kind of just like he's just a dude. Like that's his entire personality. He's kind of just a dude.
What's better than this? Just guys being dudes.
Elena, can you please not do that? Can you not do that? It's his beloved franchise.
Turned out I went the wrong way because the camera when I respawn, the camera starts me facing that way. So I thought, oh, that's the way I'm supposed to go. No, the camera's facing me the wrong way for some reason.
Maybe it like respawns you of the camera position you had when you hit the checkpoint.
Maybe it could. I mean, I guess Lake is kind of known for doing some BS things like that.
I had it set up like that in my 3D game for a while, but then I was like, no, this sounds like a
I remember some other. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I remember some other silly things like that. Just corner cutting things.
I don't know.
Wasn't there the one with to make? Wasn't it in that Sonic fan game to make Sonic turn? They like nudge him. It's like they make him like physically move or something like that.
Okay, wait, actually no, that was on purpose actually. That's the default hedge physics. But yeah, no, but that doesn't count because it's on purpose. Yeah, okay,
you're on purpose.
Piece of trivia. Obviously, like I said, this is based off a fan game engine which the dev helped make. Obviously heavily modified.
I guess it's not specific.
And give it a different moveset.
I was gonna say, I think it's not specifically just him. I think it's more just more often in indie games you get weird little things like that. Well, because it's just the one person.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I think he was like the central person behind it. Like, he ran the Discord. Like, it was his Discord that it was coming out of. But yeah, basically, like, what was I saying? In that like fan game engine, they had a thing where like if you change directions while charging a spin dash, you very slightly move that way, which is both a hack solution and also he apparently put it in as like some weird test of like any quality of any game that comes out of it. That if somebody hasn't bothered to fix that, you can tell that they don't know how the engine actually works.
That's like when I cut out one of the Kirby Superstar logo for the Kirby Wiki, and I didn't do it perfectly, and that was how I was able to tell that Nintendo used my exact rip of the logo for one of their videos on their history of Kirby.
Oh god, isn't that beautiful?
Because I noticed my little garbage. I have to go back down so I can have a momentum to go up the wall again.
Yeah.
I really went up a long way. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, it's a big ass wall. It's a.
Why would you point me up at a dead end, game? Oh, here we go. That's why. Because I can still manage to make it. Gosh dang it! This is not very fun.
You know, like, keep in mind here that if you keep on doing your little dash thing, like.
No, it doesn't help. If I run into the wall, then it still undoes it.
I'm just saying, like, you know, if you need to delay going up the wall, you can just run around in a circle on the wall, probably.
No, because I still end up. This is why I wish there was sidestepping.
Okay, no, okay, like, his thing is, if the level design feels like it needs sidestepping, that's a level design problem, not the fact that it didn't have the stupid fucking sidestep.
Unlike sidestepping, okay?
I don't like it turns everything into one of those.
Whoa! Apparently, I was standing on the surface of the sun. Apparently.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't like sidestepping because it just feels kind of like one of those pop station things. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
You know those cheap LCD games where you have like a car and there's like 3 lanes and all you do is dodge between them. It's like the most basic thing, and there's no like subtlety or nuance though. As a kid. No, but like this entire like I liked them as a kid, but like I don't know, it feels fundamentally. It feels fundamentally opposed to what this game is trying to do otherwise.
I'm being spun by this area. I guess it's slow and steady time. Just gonna go for a little stroll. Look at him strolling.
You can do that.
I'm taking a nice walk.
The ability to go slower is the most intuitive form of dynamic.
Oh no! Oh, no! I still can't do it. Even walking slowly. It's too narrow. Is this why you need a really precise analog stick? This is what they're talking about?
I'm gonna be honest, Elaine. Treat it like a Super Monkey Ball stage. Treat it like a Super Monkey Ball stage.
I have enough stress from those. Oh, didn't know this was gonna be a Monkey Ball stream. What if they put Fark in like a little ball for this section, and it just turned into Monkey Ball for a bit?
I would unironically love that. That'd be a fucking great level gimmick.
Makes me think of Mario Galaxy though, when Mario stands on top of the ball. You have to use the motion controls. Strolling around at the speed of sound.
Oh, that was a fun way to end the level.
Oh, it's this guy again. The guy that looks like Gigantamax Grimmsnarl. Or other way around, excuse me, because this character existed first.
Yeah, it's cooler.
Welcome home, son.
Wait a minute. One sec, let me Google something. I think I might remember a piece of trivia.
Mega Raph. Mega Man.
You know what?
What?
You know how I jokingly implied that this guy is like Frieza / Cooler from Dragon Ball?
Mm-hmm.
I remember in the art book, they said something about how his name was originally going to have an N at the end, but they couldn't do that for copyright reasons.
Uh-huh.
This guy's name is derived from a Frieza manufacturer.
Oh.
And a kind of gas, like trademarked gas solution they use for cooling. So this person is just a Frieza, like, stand-in.
Oh dear. Oh yeah, so one nice thing about this headset is I can mute just by moving the microphone up, but the only problem with that is that there's like a loud, like, you hear it when I move the thing up, so there's a loud noise whenever I mute. What?
Why is his dick glowing?
That's a good question. It's like getting brighter. Slowly.
Dying! I'm dying soon. Oh god.
What if I just make this the thumbnail?
Put like a red circle around the crotch of an arrow pointing towards it, and then put like but then like just edit shocked faces onto us with big googly eyes. That's what YouTube demands. Shan, you're right. Oh no! Oh god. fuck?
Not in front of your child, please. Put that thing back where it came from, or so help me.
Oh, fuck.
Join the dark side. This is really just a Star Wars plot.
It really fucking is. Also, like, the background looks like two-toned.
What is wrong with you?
It's bungling me.
Two-toned what?
Two-toned velvet. You know, two-tone
Oh.
fabric that looks different color depending on the angle. It looks like flowing velvet that's like black and red.
And later I'll put a stop to this clarity person. What will it be, boy? All I did was fight! Did you know there's a game called A Robot Named Fight?
That's a pretty unfortunate thing to be just named Fight. That must be, like, kind of hard to live with.
Also, the cable on this headset is really nice, I noticed. It seems like it's not... I'm not going to end up breaking it like I do with cords on other headphones. It's like reinforced.
What if I come there and just casually secrete acid onto your cable?
Secrete! Okay, it stopped glowing now. We're fine.
Oh god, he's gone soft.
No! Alright, time to jam the button some more.
Oh, this has to be the worst commentary I've ever done.
It's a funny way to say best.
No, I'm pretty sure it's the worst.
We'll let the chat decide.
Oh, this is nice. It's nice how they've brought back this fight from the first game, but made it three-dimensional.
So,
The
like
art direction in this game is really good.
Except for
No wonder my PC can't
the
run.
crayon face person.
Yeah, like okay, I don't know. My only problem with the crayon face person is I wish that their face was just a shader, rather than I mean just a texture, rather than looking like a texture like accidentally. Like if it was flat on purpose, it'd be better than looking flat by accident, basically.
I don't think I'm gonna win this, but...
Oh, I'm glad you think so, Shan. I don't know. That's valid. Your opinion is valid. Also, Laney.
Oh.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, the background's turned to fucking Fanta. Do you ever see like just a weird... do you ever see like a texture, right? And like...
You ever see a texture? No, never.
Do you ever see a texture? And despite the fact that it's not food, it makes
obviously
you kind
grilled.
of hungry. Like, I don't know, this background looks delicious and sweet.
Oh.
If you get what I mean.
Oh, just like me.
Yes, true.
The only thing that I had that with was the water in Yoshi's Crafted World. It looked really, really nice and made me want to drink water.
So, wait, you've played Sonic Adventure 2, right?
Yeah.
Are you telling me, seriously, that you've never once wanted to just fucking ram one of the Chaos Emeralds in your mouth?
No.
In that game, they look just like they're solid sugar. They look fucking delicious. Hell yeah, Shan knows what it's all about.
That's what you look like.
Oh god. Oh no. This is like such a shitpost idea, right? Imagine if Mountain Dew did a promotion where they started having flavors based off of famous video game skyboxes.
What? They call it mountain poo.
Elaine, if you ever say that ever again, I am never turning plushie of you. Even I have standards. I can't believe you've done this. You've sold our legitimacy.
I don't know how to avoid this attack with the ring. I try and block it, but it never does.
Have you tried?
I try and dodge away from it, and that didn't work.
Maybe you have to like punch them so that they flinch and like destroys the ring.
No. I don't remember how to charge up. I'm trying to remember here. Oh, it's this button. Probably forfeiting this attempt at the boss in doing so, but...
Oh god, you're glowing.
I don't know how to... I've remembered how to charge, I don't know how to do the move.
Are you sure that it might not just be parryable, but you haven't got the timing tight enough yet?
I mean, I'm sure it is, but...
Like, it does fire a decent portion after the circle closes.
I've lost the timing for any of them at this point. Like, you see how much damage I took at just the beginning here?
Oh no. I'm sorry.
And you can avoid it too, there, as you can see. Ooh, that was good. That was not good.
Wait a second. This Bumblerenus has 2 health bars.
Yep.
Right? That's fucking disgusting. I hate this.
I died without even getting to see the animation. He's got 2 different phases.
Wait, are they phases? He's got like the same model.
He does different. Like, the moveset he does different attacks.
Oh, that's not.
And the background changes.
I mean, okay, the background change. I don't know. I don't know if like the Fanta like feels like it justifies a new moveset.
It doesn't look like Fanta on my end. It looks like fire.
Well, I mean, no, after the fact, like here, it looks like Fanta. It looks like you're in a sea of Fanta. No, but I don't think you understand. You're like under the water, and like the black.
It's like red and yellow.
Looks yeah, because you're in a sea of Fanta, and like it's like Fanta's orange for a start.
Oh, now he has 3 health bars, Bis, and now he gets a new model.
Oh.
And now everything's purple.
Oh no.
Although he has less health now. This part is easier. Nope, still gonna do it though.
In the first game, there was a way of recharging your health using your blue meter. Is that like still here?
I don't know if it is. I don't know how to do it. The game never told me how to do that.
Maybe we should.
I'm not sure what the blue meter. All the blue meter seems to do now is give you like your attacks do more damage because there's like a multiplier that happens as it charges up. Yes, I do remember making extensive use of the healing thing in the first game.
I think the main reason that was in there just was because like Kirby influence. It was like, yeah, Meta Knight can heal themselves. So
why are you moving so slowly, Fark?
Protect that.
I couldn't get away from that because Fark wouldn't move for some reason.
Wait, what the fuck was that? That was quite weird.
Yeah. Oh, there was another tech. I don't know what the heck that was. It was like Zelda, but Link was doing like wah 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 and combined it with the Zelda theme for some reason. I don't know where that came
you're
from.
Right, and I hate it. That's literally exactly what I'm saying.
Trying to say this is in your fantasy.
Da 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 da. Bro. I've never actually listened to that song in full.
What song?
Oh,
Bohemian Rhapsody?
Yeah, Bohemian. Oh, thank God you at least know it.
Is this real life, or is this a fantasy? I've listened to that song in full probably quite a few times over the years.
I just,
it comes
like, I don't know.
randomly when we're listening to music in the car sometimes.
That's fair. It's just for me, it's like, it's such a culturally relevant song that
it's a
it
long
feels
song.
like... Yeah, it's long, and also it feels like it'd be intellectually taxing for me to properly appreciate it, you know? Which maybe is like a silly thing to think, but like still... I don't have the
Interestingly,
appreciating classics.
Considering that, it's kind of ironic in that case then that its resurgence in popularity years ago was because of a comedy movie that it was in, where it was just used for a joke.
Wait, what film is that?
That was, oh, I got close there. What's it called? Wayne's World.
You know, I hope the same, Shane.
It was in Wayne's World, and they were singing along to it in the car.
Did you just say Wales World?
No, Wayne's World.
No, but like the first time you mispronounced it. Did you mispronounce it?
I don't think I
Wales
mispronounced it.
Wait, why'd you repeat it then?
Because I didn't think you heard me because you were talking.
Oh, sorry. Oops. I guess I didn't hear you since I thought you said Wales.
That's the version that came out in your country. Elfie Faye knows what Wayne's World is.
I think I once knew what Wayne's World is, and I forgot. And now, Wayne's World, for some reason, I thought you were talking about Bill and Ted for a second. Which I also know very little about, but I associate those two IPs for some reason.
Those are two totally different things. Wayne's World started out as a Saturday Night Live skit, and then they made a movie out of it. It's with Mike Myers and, what's his name?
I think I hate Mike Myers, I'm not sure.
Mike Myers is Shrek.
Yeah, I'd probably hate Mike Myers.
I always like his... Oh no, there's another attack and I wasn't ready!
No! You were so close!
I don't remember the name of the other guy in Wayne's World. Error says I did say Wales word.
Wait, Wales word? It just keeps corrupting!
Oh no! It's because I'm trying to focus on this battle and trying to speak at the same time. My brain is getting befuddled. Speaking, we don't have time for that. We gotta focus all your brain on video game.
That's alright, I can just carry the conversation if you need to just focus on this. I can just, like, give the audience a monologue about inane shit while you fight this fucking Robo-God.
I'm doing a good job.
Robo-God, otherwise known as Rod.
Serling.
Rod Serling?
Hold on. Oh. It was like... Oh, I remember the name of the other guy in Wayne's World. It was... I think it's Dana Carvey?
I don't know what that means.
He's another comedian. I think that's his name.
I think I'm, like, actively, reflexively against learning anything about celebrities.
He's known for doing weird, or like, impressions and like weird voices. That's about all I know about him. I feel like we need to delete our save files to give me a fighting chance. What?
What is this reference? I don't know if I get it personally. Is this a reference to the Digimon movie? No, it isn't. Why is it?
When Freon powers up to his next phase, it does a sound effect as if he just collected a power up in like an 80s arcade game. Just goes a bloop.
Oh yeah, I need to play Nier, but I can't because I don't.
I have the sequel to Nier that Bis made me get.
Yeah,
which apparently is very, from my reading, the slight bit of reading I did before getting the game, it's very separate from the first game. So, like the stories go together, but like you can kind of understand the second one on its own.
Aw, if you disappear, then I'll hope you sleep well, Shan. It is like 2 AM over there.
Now, if I was like Vinny, I would be streaming at 2 AM my time. Because that's when he streams, is 2 AM his time.
I've streamed at like 5 AM before, I think, is the latest.
Makes me think of Patrick. Who would stream at 2 AM? Vinny. Oh boy, 2 AM.
Oh god. In that thread I saw about people talking about how like okay, so in the thread where some devs were talking about like the fact that you don't really get sales from a Vine source playing your game, and also like sometimes you get harassment from it. One of them was talking about Vinny's net worth, and oh my fucking god, it never quite hit me how fucking loaded Vinny old Vine man is.
No, well, he tells people not to send him money. He's like, I have plenty, give it to somebody else who needs it. He doesn't like thank people for giving big donations. In fact, he seems like sort of embarrassed about it when it happens.
Yeah, that's understandable.
He doesn't name anybody who does it, and he's just sort of like, he's like, well, I gotta say thank you because it was nice of you, but please don't do it again. Is basically what he says every time.
Can't you just turn donations off?
Not on Twitch, you can't.
Wait, you can't?
Nope. He just has to ask people not to.
Force money into your wallet. That's
basically
weird.
He said that before, like when they added bits, like he had them turned off originally, but then Twitch made it so you can't turn them off. So he just has to ask people not to do that. The same thing with same thing with gifting subscriptions. That's what mostly it is people like do like a giant subscription gift thing to him. And you can't turn that off, so...
Well, it makes sense you wouldn't be able to turn it off, I guess, because Twitch takes a cut of every single one of those, so they don't want people to not buying them. Oh, you regain health if your charge is maxed.
But how? Is there a button I have to press? Or does it just happen and I haven't been noticing?
It seems... maybe it's passive, because, like, FlutterBug has apparently observed it, I'm assuming. Like, the only way somebody could know that is either to just watch your footage, which I'm not doing a very good job of, or look up online. And I don't think anybody's going to be looking stuff up online for this game. I don't think there's probably any guides. It's, like, kind of not famous.
That's why, or Vinny also, whenever there's, like, stuff on YouTube where, like, people are getting demonetized or whatever, and people are, like, worried that he's going to get into problems with it, he's like, no, I'm fine. Like, I don't really need anything from YouTube at this point. Aww.
Elena Arrow was just like, that's the true Findom.
What?
Well, you don't know about Findom?
No.
Oh, it was
what is
like,
this in reference to?
So basically it was a kink people had, where their kink was people taking their money. Or like financially dominating them, basically. Like demanding money.
Oh, and that's what Twitch is doing.
Yeah. And I had a friend who 5 times just messaged me and was like, hey, do you know anything about Findom? And it's like,
sounds like something to do with fish.
It does, doesn't it?
I thought it was like the fish fandom.
But yeah, what was I saying? Anyway, so I had like this friend who like 5 times came up to me and was like, do you know anything about Findom? And I'm like, no, why'd you ask? And they're like, well, it's a kink, so I thought you'd know something about it. Which is like always a weird thing to hear somebody say.
This is about as far as I get on this boss every time. I can't block those attacks. Not consistently.
And then I ask them why they care, and they're like, well, I've been thinking I might make a business out of it, and I'm like, no. Don't. Please don't.
Let's exploit these people. That's the wrong place to start a business from, is, oh, here's some people I can exploit and get money from.
Yeah, like I don't know. It's like, and it's like you're never gonna do as good a job as somebody who's actually turned on by it. I think maybe. Like I don't know. It feels like if I was into that, then I would probably want it. Like I'd probably end up like finding that the people who are actually also like okay, maybe not into, but the people who enjoy doing it are probably gonna do a better job. It's hard to be domineering. You need to enjoy being a smug piece of shit.
That's why I can't do that.
Yeah, you don't have enough smug energy.
Famously.
Oh my god, we need this game needs a death counter for bosses.
Spamming the flash is not good, yeah.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna be honest, right? Okay, so if I ever play this game, then if I have trouble, okay, like, this boss looks easy to me, and I'm wondering whether it would be or whether
it's all about
just,
the
like,
basically all this is you have to sit here and hit the button, and you have to learn the exact timing to block every single one of these attacks. So you've got to. There's a lot of constant thinking going on here.
Okay,
and so it's probably harder because I'm trying to hold a
because
conversation at the same time.
I think I'd probably find this because I beat like the final boss of the Metal Gear Rising DLC, and this game's combat's somewhat similar to that.
I don't know what to do on I don't know what to do on the flashing one though. I don't know what the timing is. I mean, they are static, but there's so many things you have to do every time. And I still haven't exactly learned how to do any of them. It's all just sort of luck at this point still.
Oh my god, Elena. Yeah, this just reminded me of...
What?
Okay, so, like I said, this game's combat's similar to Metal Gear Rising, right? And obviously it's like a big final boss. Said instance...
I'm getting better, though, as you can see. Like, I'm definitely improving, but still...
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so the final boss of the DLC in Metal Gear Rising, right, was so hard, so ridiculously difficult.
Oh yeah, when you were like sweating in the middle of the night or whatever.
Yeah, I had to like literally half undress because my body temperature was like skyrocketing from the stress.
Well, he just did like a fancy kick at me. Okay, the trick is you have to stop. You have to not attack during this part because you don't have time to. You gotta be ready for the next. Shield. What? No.
You're getting close, honey. You're getting close.
Pains me to not attack because I feel like I'm wasting time, but I have to not lose health is more important at that spot. But I couldn't even do that.
Elfie say that he pulls his arms together in the split second before firing the flash.
Yeah. I mean, I'm aware of the timing, I just can't hit the button there consistently. Because it's very particular. That attack is the most particular of any of these. And you can see I still don't even block it half the time on the less particular ones, so... That one I just lucked into blocking. I was trying to block something else, and I happened to hit the timing for blocking the other thing instead. So I'm just getting lucky most of the time here, not actually skill.
You know what? Actually, Arrow, that's a good point as well. I'm gonna be honest though, this person, I think this person in general was like... I don't know, I think this person was somebody who would probably do alright with a job that's kind of shaky. They always seemed kind of like... They seemed like they'd like kind of a hustle, people call it, I think. They seemed like they had hustle mindset. Let me just listen to the music.
Yeah, I wasn't... I'm not surprised that Vinny has a lot of money because of the things that he talks about that he manages to do. Like, he paid off his house, like he owns the house that he lives in. He paid off all his student loan debt. All from money from doing this stuff, so... I'm glad at least he's like... he like isn't... Like, he's different from most people who do that, where he's like not then actively trying to make more. Like, he's never done any like sponsorship stuff. He like actively discourages people from sending him money. He says he's never going to do sponsorship stuff because he just doesn't want to. He basically says he's sort of like he's just sort of lucky, like he just sort of incidentally got popular.
Oh no, Vinny's American, Shan. There's another Vinesauce person who I believe is Swedish, but
yeah, that's Joel.
That's the lesser Vinesauce, and also apparently Joel's a Garbo, I hear. So I don't like to view them as legitimate. Vinny's the only true Vine.
There's actually several people who stream under the Vinesauce banner. The first one who joined, what's her name? I think Marissa is her name. She's pretty good. She's co-streamed with Vinny a few times. That's who he played Sonic 3 with.
Oh yeah, I remember you mentioning that.
Imakuni, I think, is the username. She was the first non-Vinny Vinesauce person.
I find Sonic fan / non-Sonic fan playing a Sonic... No, okay, no, that's the wrong format. I find Sonic fan and non-Sonic fan playing a Sonic game together multiplayer is a fun, like, format.
Yeah. We should try that,
Go on.
We should try that, whatchamacallit, the remote play thing sometime with a Sonic game.
You know that there's just a Sonic game on Steam which just has online co-op, right? We could probably that'd be easier. Sonic 4 Episode 2.
Oh, well I thought we'd play like a good Sonic game together.
Okay, Sonic 4 Episode 2 is not bad, it's just thoroughly uninspired.
Although some people tend to like that one less than the first one for some reason. Like I see people say about the first one, at least it's not Episode 2.
No, that's the thing is like Episode 1,
which is weird,
like,
because then you're like the opposite about it. I think Shiny is too.
I think the thing is Episode 2 is like a better game, it's just incredibly fucking boring. Or like it's uninspiring and uninteresting and there's nothing to say about it.
Oh, I see, so it's just... it's just not interesting, whereas the other one is like so bad it's funny.
Yeah, I think that might literally just be it. Like, there's nothing to say about Episode 2. They kind of fixed the problems of Episode 1, but then all you're left with is
I'm doing even worse at avoiding the flash attack now, for some reason. I'm doing a lot worse at avoiding most of them. It's just so tiring.
I think maybe it's like... Maybe it's because you're talking more at this point. And like also just, yeah, fatigue as well.
It's kind of funny that this turned into a stream where I talk about Vinesauce.
Isn't that every one of your streams?
Stream. Well, not to this degree. Maybe sometimes I like mention like a reference or something, but I don't usually like extensively discuss it.
Oh, FlutterBug has noticed some things.
What's that?
Okay, when Freome knocks you back, start dodging instantly. No, laterally, sorry.
Like this? Well, that doesn't really help. I still get pushed back, I just now get pushed back also laterally.
I do think that, like, in general, it's like... I think your main issue at this point might be, like, you could probably do of having some more distance a lot of the time and only going in where it's safe. Because you do spend, like, all the time...
My attacks don't go any farther than just right in front of me, though.
Well, I mean, that's, like, sometimes you go... Sometimes it's a good... Sometimes, like, I don't know,
and, like, the flash attack has nothing... Like, distance doesn't matter, so...
Okay, so the flash... Right? Okay, but ignoring the flash attack, every moment you spend near a boss is risk reward, and sometimes the risk is more worth it than others.
I mean, if I'm far away from him, it doesn't really help anything. That's just taking away time that I could be attacking him.
I'm literally trying to explain to you the give and take of a video game boss fight, and you're like, well, if I don't give, then... if I don't take? And I'm like, honey, yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, sometimes, and I can't say much here, right? Because I'm gonna be honest, I'm not registering the pattern here. I'm not paying enough attention. I'm tired. But like, you know, I've played games with combat like this before, and sometimes you just need to know when to stay away.
I just keep forgetting that, like, I keep thinking I've, like, blocked all the attacks, and then there's another one that I forgot about. That I should have been preparing for, and then, but I wasn't. That's happening quite often. Like that, I wasn't ready for it.
Yeah, she really is. Oh yeah. Also, Elfie Faye has added. You've said yourself that like, it's easier to dodge the flash when you're not attacking, which is something that is just also a thing when you're at distance anyway. And it fundamentally just do whatever you want. I'm just saying.
At this point, I'm also impatient, so I'm wanting to get as many attacks in as I can.
I know. That's the problem. Is I know you're impatient, and I can tell. And
I still can't figure out the time to block those lasers consistently. I just sort of, again, get lucky. Any attack that I dodge, I don't actually know the timing for it. I'm just lucky and manage to do it.
What's the problem is that you're being impatient and not paying attention, and you're just trying to power through, and you're just focusing on wailing on him. I think you could just... I feel like this is a situation where you need to just sort of like...
Oh, it's Whale's World.
No! No! That's when I say wailing on somebody, it's spelled with a W. It's spelled with a H.
Yeah, I was spelling it like that too. What the heck? I hit it at the same timing every time, but the timing didn't work other than for the first time. It didn't have enough time to shield the next one because the previous shield was still there and hadn't gone away yet, and I couldn't make a new one yet. So how was I supposed to do that? Like that, like... The shield lasts too long. What the heck? And to shield properly, you have to shield at like the exact moment that it was gonna hit you.
No, there is like cool, like I don't know. You don't have to do the exact moment. Like the shield goes through colors depending on what point you've blocked something.
Yeah, but if I don't, then the shield stays there for too long, and you don't get the next one. So to block it properly each time, it has to be exact, so that the shield doesn't last longer than it needs to.
No, but what I'm saying is that you can afford to be a bit too early because it lasts like a decent amount.
What I'm trying to say here is if I'm too early, then the shield stays for too long, and it won't let me make the next shield yet by the time I need it to.
Oh, I see. I thought the problem was doing it too late, never mind.
No, either way. Like, if the shield is done not perfectly, then it sort of lingers, no matter which way you did it, so...
This is like such a...
Okay, there's a way to get around the willy. You can dodge to get around the lasers. For sure.
This is an interesting difficulty spike.
Could just be I'm just not playing it right.
Shan asks, can you make the his own laser beam hit him? I'm instinctually gonna say no. Wouldn't rule it out though.
No. I don't know what I'm doing wrong with those flashes anymore. Like, I had them for a little bit, and now I definitely do not have them. Ow. Yeah, now I'm just messing myself up by moving around too much. I remembered I don't know how to avoid this stuff. I got it down for just staying here, so I should just stick to that at this point.
Okay, honey.
Oh, I did it, finally.
What'd you do? Oh, nice!
I probably will never do it again, but at least I did it once.
Yeah, let's think positive.
that laser chases you, so dodging doesn't help. Hope I didn't do it that time. Told ya. It's extremely particular, and now at this phase of the boss, he makes you do it a million times. There's no... Oh, I didn't expect that attack.
I think you're doing pretty well though. Like, you're keeping your blue bar up, and with the blue bar up, you have a chance of getting your health back. So.
Well, not that I've seen. I got it all the way up, and I was looking. The health doesn't go up.
Didn't we establish something like if you block when you're at full, or if you do a perfect block, you get health back or something?
Not that I saw. I watched it last time I had it all the way up. There was no health regain.
Or it restores health that's still in the red.
Oh, well that's not very useful.
Yeah, that's kind of funky. Although it does give you an incentive to play more defensively. Because it means that, like, basically, if you're willing to sometimes just be a bit more careful and less gung-ho, then it ends up paying back in, like, damage anyway. Damage to the enemy, I mean. And also your own health.
Oh. Didn't block it.
Oof. I actually watched a couple of reviews for this game. And I think most of them said, like, I think some of them might have mentioned the fact that there's a bit of a difficulty spike at the end. Beat your dad up. Oh god, that's some powerful.
Beat your dad, beat him up. Right there. See, I keep blocking as soon as I notice he's about to do the attack. Like I'm so desperate to block it that I like start trying immediately. And then I'm like in between shields by the time the attack actually gets to where it's gonna hit me, and that's not helpful. And then sometimes I just like don't realize he's attacking because I haven't learned all the cues yet somehow still. I just died on the flash again.
I'm gonna be honest. It'd be interesting I've got concept. Imagine a fighting game, right? With like 5 playable characters. And all of them.
But he just doesn't block. Hitting the block button, he's not putting up his shield.
And the motivation for every single character is that they want to beat their dad up. And the final boss of every single story mode is just somebody's dad.
For some reason that makes me think of Shower with Your Dad Simulator.
You know what? I changed my mind. We're changing the topic. I fucking hate that game. I literally just it's just a shitty meme where they can be like, look, it's a pixel penis. That's the fucking game. They think they're so fucking clever. I think it's we have a game with a silly name and it's exactly what you think it is. Hee. Fucking just. Like, I don't know. I get that, like, it's just I don't have the sense of for it, but still. No precise time!
But the game itself is delays during the flash? The heck?
That's weird.
So it doesn't take any inputs while the flash is going on, so I have to be just before, but for some reason I'm not managing that.
Yeah, we're in the Fanta zone. Otherwise known as the phone. Also, so for that first orbital
Nope,
laser, he's trying to disrupt you with that punch. You need to maintain some distance. And then there's approximately 2-second pause between him knocking you back and launching that fireball.
Those some good moves I just pulled off there.
Oh, nice.
I can't block. Oh, gosh dang it! Why is it like this?
Honey, I'm gonna be honest, right? Like, I've played a lot of games with bosses like this before. I think I think it's obviously a lot of skill, but it's also like a mindset thing, and you seem pretty scrumbled.
What was that? It just feels like the blocking just doesn't work half the time. Like I hit the button and nothing happens half the time. Like somehow there I blocked it and then I didn't. Like there I hit the button, the shield it never happened. It happened the first time and then never again.
A lot of his attacks are also telegraphed by that cross-shaped flash and the klaxon-like noise.
Well, I know.
No, I'm gonna bear my own voice and listen to this. 1 second.
I've very well noticed that, but the timing is still. That's not when you're supposed to hit the thing. So, it's usually I usually hit the thing when I notice that, but that's wrong. Not gonna beat him this time, so I have to block everything perfectly. Nope.
That could happen.
It didn't.
Oh.
Since when have I dodged anything perfectly in this?
I don't know, stuff is still technically possible, even if it's infinitesimally unlikely. It's wild.
Why does the shield not work sometimes?
There's what, like an 18 millisecond delay between when you think you've done something and when you've actually done it, I think. Was that the science numbers on that?
What?
I remember, like, there was some study about, like, the delay between, like, you deciding to press a switch and it actually being pressed.
You lose the timing and you lose everything. I had it good for a little bit there, and then I messed it up once, and then timing's gone. Introduced error. Where each consecutive one is wrong. More wrong than the last one.
Rhythms be like that. But look at it this way, right? Okay. You're getting a lot of practice on the first phase, and the more practice you get on the first phase, I don't know, it feels like you're just fundamentally doing better, even if you don't notice it. So you're going to start going into the last phase with more health, eventually.
I think I had my multiplier up for longer the last time, that's why I got through it so fast, because I was doing more damage.
I really like the blue system. It's a good bar.
Got punched in the face by my dad. And I was reminded that I'm going to throw that in all the time. Specifically his dad. No.
I'm going to be honest, for a second then I thought FlutterBug just said those slashes also come in Paris. I was gonna be like, what? I think you're already doing better, honey. Like, there's certain moments
I hit the
like,
button twice, and neither time the shield comes up, so I don't, like... What the heck? I'm hitting the button 2 times, and neither time it works. That's a bit obnoxious. That was some cool moves I managed.
Hell yeah, honey. I get to see them now because of stream delay.
That was bad, though. Okay. Third dude.
The Thood, as they're known.
Third dad.
Oh, fuck.
The dadude.
No. No, honey. At a certain point, you just gotta stop.
There.
So many fucking flashes!
Oh. Well, that was
So
close as
many-
I got, but only just barely. It was only just barely farther than my farthest.
You were so close, honey. I'm proud of you. You're gonna get him. You're gonna fucking demolish this piece of garbage.
It was just sort of a matter of time until I messed up one of the blocks. I did manage to block most of the flashes, but not all of them, so... Alright. Dad number 3.
Here we go.
Third form of dad.
It's final dad. Otherwise known as Fad.
Well, I made it really close, but I'm not gonna get through the flashes. I had the multiplier way up, so I was doing a lot of damage. I almost beat him before the flashes even started, which would be ideal.
A pre-flash win. Shan says dawn of the third dad.
42 dads remain.
Excuse me, what?
So I think it would be 24 dads, but...
Oh, 24 dads. Wait, how does that work if there's 3 dads replacing days, but the dads are also hours?
Yeah,
are those
dad
like the
just
micro
replaces all
dads
the
that make up
words.
the macro dads?
the mini dads.
Every single dad is a fucking Voltron. We do have fun here sometimes.
Mini dads make mini dad jokes. They're not quite as goofy as or oh whoops, I thought I died, but I didn't. Now I got you. They're not as much of groaners as full-size dad jokes.
Can I just share some lore with you, Elena?
Okay.
I'm sat on a really uncomfortable chair at the minute.
Oh, some
This
bits
is my
lore. I thought you were gonna share
some
lore
bits
about
lore.
the game.
Oh no, I don't know any. Yeah, my chair exploded, my normal one.
Oh,
So like
hopefully not while
basically-
you were sitting on it.
Oh, I was sitting on it.
Oh no.
Okay, so
Well,
basically,
I suppose you didn't
know-
die, so that's good. Oh wait, hold on.
You
I gotta
don't know
focus
that.
now.
Okay, hang on, I should focus to do this.
I did it. I blocked
Yes!
every single one.
Eat shit. I was about to
Uh-oh.
say God.
Come on, gotta get him. Oh no.
But I realized I probably shouldn't bring that catch.
Oh, I think he died. Oh no, I think there's probably going to be like an extra attack. There was before. Don't touch.
Oh,
get
no.
out of the way. Okay, phew, there wasn't. We did it. That's fitting that the time I managed to finally beat him was the time that I managed to block every single flash.
I'm proud of you, honey. You fucking did it, and you got a medal for it.
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah, you did it. Yeah, we're just in white now.
What is it? It's Gur from Invader Zim.
We're in a default canvas in Clip Studio Paint.
It's just Gur. This is your original body. You're so small. You look like my son.
Is that the actual line? I need to wait until stream.
No, I was just making that up. Oh, here's that kerning that the first game had, where it where the word is cut off, just like one letter, transferring your consciousness.
Was fucking right.
Knew he would become small. SMOL.
So this is the micro dad.
The micro dad was real. Consciousnesses. It's a lot of S's in there. Consciousnesses. You. That is who you are. A copy of all my fundamental data. What? That's impossible. Is he going to become... Who is this? This just looks like Dragon Ball Z. What? He really just turned into a Dragon Ball Z character now.
Yeah, Freo's...
Look at him.
That is literally just fucking cool as design, but with butt tentacles.
I knew it, the micro dad was there all along.
You could tell it's a more powerful form because now he's smooth.
Final boss. Oh no. Oh, but okay, I get to be Super Fark.
Otherwise
it's just a Dragon Ball Z fight.
It really is. I love that they went full bullshit on this.
It's a Star Wars story that ends with Dragon Ball Z.
I just love how Fark has upgraded from being a Sonic character to a Dragon Ball character. Could you just imagine if Super Sonic was just super buff?
Look at him now, just punching the crap out of him. He's just like, he's just using his fists now.
Don't we all, Shan? Don't we all?
Get ready for another half hour of fighting this boss. I have a feeling this one's probably easier. Like that boss we just beat was probably the real final boss, and this is probably... What?
He just grabbed the foot.
Okay, we get re-healed in between phases this time, that's nice. We both get multiple health bars, okay.
That's to indicate that you two are a final boss now.
I am my own final boss. It sounds like a motivational phrase you could put on like a t-shirt or something.
Elfie Face says, the one who bears fangs at God.
Whoa,
Fuck,
look at him. Oh, look. Oh, he kicked him in the... Oh! Thought he was kicking him somewhere else at first. This is just Dragon. Look at him, he's doing the energy thing.
Yeah, the thing where he has like the grape soda behind him.
Except for in Dragon Ball, isn't it usually yellow? Or is it different colors for different characters?
It depends on the character's form.
I've only seen the yellow.
I mean, humans tend to have white. I think most characters have white. If you're a Super Saiyan, that's yellow. And then, I want you to guess what color Super Saiyan Blue has. I don't think you fucking can.
Blue?
Yeah.
What was that scene? Oh, I see, you don't die at this point. Yeah, this is kind of easier than before. This is just to be cinematic, I guess, at this point. Which I like. I like when the real, like, there's like an extra final battle, but it's not harder than the previous one. So it's just sort of like a reward.
It's 3 AM and Shan is thirsty at Spark 2. Honestly, I admire their lifestyle.
Come on. Oh! It is a little bit silly though that it's the same scene every time. Yeah, Fark also kind of looks like a Bionicle with the ball joints.
I think it's kind of funny how this is basically just an ego battle. Like, the one who has their pride hurt the most loses.
I guess this also means Fark. This means that Freon will eventually give up, but Fark never gives up.
That's the thing, you win by determination. It's just Undertale again.
The thought that I might someday beat Freon fills me with determination. I feel like this is just sort of an infinite void that they're in, that they will just go on fighting forever if Fark never wins. They're in their mind void at this point. He's still got more in him. Oh no!
I appreciate the reference, Elfie Faye. Oh shit, he's doing a stompy.
This is really something else. I really like the way this game has ended. This is a lot of fun. This is a cool reward after all that fighting that I went through to get to this point.
Oh, it's fucking great.
Oh! Oh! I left a hole!
Freon got a fucking Kakyo.
Oh, there he's just running away off in the distance. It's like, oh crap, I gotta get out of here before somebody catches me before somebody finds out I did that. Gotta sneak away before mom finds me.
I really hope they may let you play as Super Fark in normal levels now. That'd be beautiful.
The end is finally here for me. No. Oh no, this is this like Star Wars? Are they gonna make up in the end? Make up with each other in the end? What is this going on? What? Was that Freon exploding in space? I didn't know he was in space. Sure. Oh yeah, he was in space. It was a spaceship thing. Oh, I thought that was Sonic for a second. Because of the lighting making it look blue. Do you think he's still alive? Or just alive? I inserted the word still. Oh, this is all your fault, you know. I'm surprised you're still alive.
Why are they... Okay, this is maybe a silly question. Why are they holding hands?
I don't know. It's his robot son, I guess. The game was not responding for a second, by the way.
Oh.
Starring. I like how there's a star to go with the word starring, just to hammer it home.
Oh my god,
look at this. Oh, this is Kirby-ish. This is very Kirby.
Oh, that's cute. I like this. I can't believe the game's fucking over. Oh my god.
This is a lot shorter than the first one. We had like 7 streams of the first game.
That's just kind of one of the issues of making a 3D game. Is just like things can't be as long because they have to be wider.
Chatter. I feel like there's supposed to be another ending. I don't know.
The first game did
the first game had 2 playthroughs. Shyball. It's just Fark's head.
You're just Fark's head.
No. Hellshade.
Well, like a lot of robots in this series have that exact weird, goofy mouth.
Look at it dance.
Aww. This is cute.
The Terminal Dragon.
Turbo Bird.
Like in Valid
otherwise
Username
known
was saying
as...
last time, the series has, or excuse me, he does good animations.
I like the Terminal Dragon, that one's rad.
Flint and Float. Flint apparently survived. Freon Mark III, Freon Mark 0. Super Fark and Freon Mark Ultimate.
I love how Freon Mark III just looks like Freon Stand.
And Fark. You bow. So this was all just a stage production.
Fark. Could you imagine being Fark? And you get hired to do this game, and you're like, I'll do the game as long as all of my forms get a separate credit.
Like how he gets to have a super form like Sonic does. He dab. I was thinking that in my head, but I didn't say it because it didn't fully look like a dab. So thank you, Elfie, for still saying it anyway.
Maybe the implication, and I feel like that's something the maker of this game would say if he was playing it and saw that.
Gallery stats tour mode unlocked. It doesn't seem like there's another playthrough.
Let's go look at the gallery.
How?
Go back to the main menu. Okay, go back to your save file.
Pause menu. Game stats. Wonder if it has a death counter.
Please have a death counter.
Nope. No death counter.
Oh. I feel like you could probably justify having a go through of tour mode sometime, because you didn't even use most of the powers in this game, I think.
What is tour? Oh, is that where you just get all the powers?
I don't know. Like, maybe it's every level strung together. Sounds good to me.
Sometime... Oops. Good old Lake Pepper's good old art style. Back again. I do kind of enjoy the way it's sort of amateurish.
Oh, you have to unlock the individual arts as well. That's kind of spunginess, to be honest.
Yeah, remember they were like little things that you pick up in the levels.
Yeah.
So, oh my God, we have a few of them.
He does look Dr.
Looks like a Dr. Seuss character. Cover art by Andy Tunstall.
Andy Tunstall does all the like Spark promo art, the big stuff.
Made later in the game to increase enemy variety. Texture art.
Otherwise known as tart.
I like all the coloring outside the lines. I do that too sometimes. Textures and objects. Texture art and objects. Freon Mark 0 concept artwork. He really does look like Gur from Invader Zim.
Later, please. No! How dare you do this?
Enemies. Concept artwork seems more important to do for 3D games. Didn't we discuss that before? Whereas like with 2D stuff, I can kind of just make it.
I think it kind of depends, probably, just because with 3D, it's like, it's more of a commitment to model anything.
Yeah, so you kind of gotta have something to look at to go off of for your model.
Aww. Thank you, Shan. It means a lot.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you do.
You remember how I said I had an uncomfortable chair because my previous one exploded?
Yeah, and then I cut you off because I had to focus on the boss battle.
Oh yeah, basically context behind that. Basically I had to pick something up off the floor.
That's a nice looking art.
It really is. I've been told not to bend down too much at the minute because I'm recovering from surgery. So I leant out my chair to get it and got like a hairline fracture on the leg of my chair. And for the second that fracture was there, I was like, okay, at some point this chair is going to explode. You don't have like a tiny crack in a chair without eventually going.
Because isn't it like pressurized?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Yeah. So today it's just like 1 minute it's fine, next minute two of the legs have shattered off with splinters. Just
oh.
Yeah. Also related, I'm gonna go get a pillow for this chair because it's made of just
that's
wood.
everything.
It's very uncomfortable. Oh, that's everything? We've gone through everything?
That's all that I have unlocked, yeah.
I mean, fair. I mean, at the very least, you got some replay value ahead of you.
Find more artworks. You can just buy the artwork as well.
Can you go to the shop and buy some powers so we can just try them in a level? Because I think you mostly played the game as just vanilla for it.
No, I played a lot with the powers last time.
Really?
Didn't have any this time on stream. Yeah, we did quite a few of them. Remember we did the biker jester and
That's the only one I remember though.
We did the plasma, and there was the bug one, and we did the hammer one.
Oh no,
Superpower, come back here once you've unlocked all metal.
Is that just the power to be super in normal levels? Because if so...
Probably.
Oh, that's fucking good shit.
I bought some more artwork, let's see what we got. Whoops, no, not the... LA. Oh, here's one. The game's original enemies, the first ones to be designed. One big, one small, and one who can be used as a stepping stone.
Oh. Poor little homing attack fodder.
Tileset and gimmicks concept art. Sewer art and textures. It said random, but it's just giving them to me in order. I don't think there's any others. It says unlock random art, and then it unlocks the art for you in order. So, opposite of random.
Well, you don't know what it's going to be until you get it, so it's still random. Function.
Oh, you wanted to see what tour mode was?
Yeah, let's go look at the toad.
Stage journey. Stages only, no lives. Beat all stages in a row. Sure. Full game, 5 lives. Beat the whole game with only 5 lives. Beat the whole game with only 5 lives, but you can't use any powers. Bosses only, no lives. Beat all of the game's bosses with only 1 life and health bar. Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, this is the Kirby influence.
I'll go ahead and just do that.
Online, I dare you to 100% this game. I might if I get a good PC. You're right, honey. I heard an angst noise from you, as if the very idea of that was killing you inside.
Yes, it was.
Oh, I'm sorry, sweetie.
Let's see how far I get into this. Probably not very, because I'm gonna fall off. I'm probably gonna fall off the first stage.
Let's do it. We're on the stush.
Apparently, this doesn't include boss battles. At least, boss battles are a separate thing.
It's kind of good they're in their own category, to be honest, because I think their appeal is somewhat different.
Yeah, checkpoints are real important. I have no lives to come back to them with.
They make you feel like you've hit a milestone.
They make me feel like I've hit a BisTheFairy.
Why would you hit my stone?
I didn't know you had one.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Makes me think that song Papa was a rolling stone. Wherever he lay his hat was his home.
Question, by the way.
What?
How much longer are you thinking of streaming for?
Well, however long you want to stream for. I was just gonna check this out. We still have Paper Mario Sticker Star, or no, Paper Mario 3D Land.
Sticker Spumble. Oh yeah.
To finish. Even though it gets kind of laggy. Because it's kind of poorly optimized, but... Oh!
That's a really mean thing to say, Elena.
I'd still like to see the rest of it. Despite its shortcomings.
Go do it? After this level, or...
We can, yeah.
Wait, you're on no lives mode, right?
Yeah, so... this is probably going to end... not very long from now.
I don't know, you're kind of a master at this game now.
Oh, really? I was falling off a million times on the last couple stages still.
That was before the Great Freeom incident of 2019.
Yeah, well that doesn't help me with the, like, rest of the gameplay. Like you said, the bosses are a different thing.
Yeah, but you're now spiritually in tune with the game.
Sure.
You've
that's
fine-tuned
how
your
it works.
key to the game.
Oh, one other thing this is missing is the downward kick move that Sonic has. I like that move for getting down quickly.
Does Sonic run the same way as Farrick? What do you mean? Like, do you mean run animation, or like...
Or like how it feels, how it controls?
Because if
that's what you're talking about, then no, they're different.
They've never made a 3D Sonic game that looks that is this fundamental. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't want to be mean, but like they've never made a 3D Sonic that plays like this, and that's a shame.
They've never made a 3D Sonic game.
That arguably is true. I mean, they've made a 3D Sonic Adventure game, and they've made a 3D modern Sonic game, but they haven't made a 3D Sonic game. A lot of fans have about 12 million times, but they never get fucking finished.
What if I made a Sonic fan game and finished it?
I would kiss your butt.
Oh, there's my motivation.
Although if I don't make a fan game, just make your own IP.
But just make it very Sonic-ish,
right? Oh, no.
so it still counts. Alright, stage 3. I like the art style for the trees.
It is quite nice. But yeah, yeah, Sonic doesn't really run this way, like, I don't know. Okay, it has the arms back thing, aesthetically, but like...
I mean, so
as
do
a game now.
Plenty of other characters.
Yeah, because it's just like a Japanese thing. It's the ninja run. What's Tyranitar's first form, like, of that line?
Larvitar.
Larvitar does the ninja run as well.
And then it evolves into Pupitar.
If you ever say Pupitar ever again, I will destroy you.
I mean, it's just what he's called.
No, it's Pupitar, not Pupitar.
Pupitar.
It's not Puppertar either. Elena, why you gotta make everything so difficult?
Because I'm a goofy goober.
Yeah!
Oh, well, there's the end of it.
Oh my god, what did you do? What did you do? That's what you did! Oh wait, Fark landed on the ground safe and sound after you hit the death plane.
Oh no. So what is the death plane then? What even are frogs? Okay, that's Spark the Electric Jester too. That was fun. I think the most fun I had with it actually was that final boss. Because I do enjoy things like that. Even though I was maybe... Oh, excuse me, I'm yawning. Even though I was kind of like complaining about it. I was still having fun because I enjoy figuring that kind of stuff out.
So I'm guessing you didn't enjoy it as much as the first one then?
Yeah, I would say that. Because I really enjoyed the first one. Second one was just okay. It was alright.
I think the thing is like it's kind of a complex. Okay, so you've got underlying Sonic.
That final boss was probably the thing that was most like anything from the first game was.
That makes sense. I feel like it's hard to do bosses like the first game had in 3D. Or like,
well, I mean, you managed to do it well, at least for the last one.
I mean, at that point,
it felt just like the.
Well, at that point, you pull out all the stops, don't you?
It felt just like the bosses from the first one. So.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if some people like this less because you've got underlying Sonic mechanics which are complicated. Layered on top of that, you've got like Kirby-ish combat, which is complicated.
Like sometimes it managed to feel. I was gonna say sometimes it managed to feel really nice moving around in this game, but I felt really nice moving around like all the time in the first game. So
yeah, and
rather
I feel
than
like
just at certain times.
Yeah,
and it wasn't as much fun having to worry about staying on the track and like not slipping off the edge and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so basically it's just like for somebody like me who plays a lot of Sonic fan games that do similar stuff, it's gonna be fine, but like for the average person it's probably just a lot of stuff to have to deal with in 3 dimensions.
Mm-hmm. And I kept getting lost, of course. Many times I got myself turned around.
You remember when I said 3 dimensions?
Yeah.
Now imagine if there was just a celebrity called Frida Mentions. That sounds like it'd be somebody's name, doesn't it?
And you have a Twitter account. If you're in mentions. Oh dear. Well, so let's Spark the Electric Jester 2 if you wanna. Yeah. I'll probably stream for a little while longer.
Hell yeah.
Go ahead and announce that. Free mentions. So yeah, I don't know how much more of that game we have, but guess we'll find out.
Not free mentions, no.
Free mentions. All right, if you all stick around for just a minute, we'll be back with our Mario fan game.
Hell yeah.
Paper Mario fan game. So I'll go ahead and end the stream and get everything set up, and I'll be back in like a couple minutes.
See you in a couple minutes, everybody.